should have music.
We should have music, right? We're live. Another episode of Comedians Of Entre Nos. Every Wednesday here, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys know my co-host.
Hey.
The very funny, the hilarious Orlando Leyba.
Orlando. Thank you, man. I'm repeating my own name. I'm excited about me. How are you, Erik?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Great, man. So I go to the mail today, just some exciting news, and I get this shirt from the homie Frankie King. Look at that.
Entre Nos alum.
The brotherhood is awesome right there. He hooked me up with that. And I was like, yo, is Erik going to get one of these? And he was like, no, Charlie, I'm not.
Wait. He said I wasn't going to get one, or he said I have ordered one?
He said you weren't going to get one.
That's not true at all. I'd love to support. I'm going to, you know what, just for that.
He said that you say that, but he checked his views, and you're never in his views.
I go on his lives. I like all his videos.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, you infuriate me, but make me smile all at the same time, Orlando. All week.
You know what it is? You got to call people, Erik.
All week, you've been sending me those golden doodles.
Yeah.
And I want to be mad, but I can't.
You can't. Golden doodles. Hashtag mini golden doodles.
Dude, every time I get like, oh, you got a message from Orlando. I'm like, what's he want? And I'm like,
oh, dude, they're awesome, man. They're awesome.
Well, I'm excited. We got a great show today. We got two hilarious comedians joining us. Yeah. First up, I love this girl. She did my show at the Laugh Factory Brownish. Absolutely destroyed.
That was my first time seeing her there. Like your show, yes, your show has introduced me to two amazing comedians. And,
well, let's introduce her to the world. She's hilarious. Give it up for Liliana Cervantes.
Hi, guys.
How are you, Liliana? Look at you, looking wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you. Sounds gay. I'm in.
Okay.
I'm actually in Las Vegas. I'm doing my quarantine here in Vegas, and then I just fell in love here, so I've been staying here.
Nice.
Wait, you fell in love with Vegas, or you fell in love with somebody that's in Vegas?
I fell in love with somebody who lives in Vegas, so I said, I quit. I'm retired. I quit my job. I quit my life. I quit everything. Mm-hmm. I love this woman, so here I am.
Fantastic.
Orlando, if you don't follow her on Instagram, she truly does love this woman. She's constantly posting about it. It's making me sick.
Yeah,
I know. Sorry.
I follow her on Instagram, and I just celebrate their love. It's so beautiful.
No, I celebrate the love, but they're like picture perfect, the two of them.
No, you said she makes you sick.
It makes me sick because you got the Colgate smile.
I celebrate
smile, and I'm like,
love.
Too much,
Liliana. I celebrate the love that you have in your life and the love that you guys are sharing together. It does not make me sick. I celebrate.
I want to see a little bit of the fighting on Instagram. I want to see a little like, can you believe?
Oh yeah, because there's not enough fighting on the internet right now. There's not enough fighting. Way to go.
All right, let's bring in our next comic. He's also an Entre Nos alum, super funny guy. You might recognize him from this season Netflix's Gentefied. Give it up for Francisco Ramos.
Yeah,
Ramos.
Yes. I love that I was back. I love this thing. It's like it says that I'm backstage. So it is actually backstage because I can hear you guys.
Yeah,
but you can see me, so I can see what's like. I'm trying to see like, hey, what's the crowd like?
Yeah. Are they good? Are they?
Yeah,
it's all manipulated by Erik. I want to put that up front. Never think that it's me.
Oh, he's the one that's controlling.
He's the Wizard of Oz. He manipulates everything.
Yeah, we should get. I like that he said, "How's the crowd sound?" We should get like a soundboard of just like canned laughter and applause.
Yeah, like a radio show. You know, like that's what radio shows. They're just like just when there's like a weird silence, just
Yeah. I'm happy to have you both on. How's everybody doing? Everybody's good?
Good. I mean, as good as you can be. I mean, just being stuck at house, you know, I don't know if you guys are traveling or anything like that, but I've just been stuck pretty much here, not doing, not going out too much. But just, not doing stand-up, just doing a lot of Instagram stuff, just to try to keep creative juices going, but that's pretty much it.
Nah, I hear you. I think we're all trying to do that. Yeah, you've been posting a bunch of sketches and stuff.
Just anything I can think of. To me, I'm like, before I was selective, but now I'm like, who cares? You know, like, we don't know what's gonna happen. So I'm like, I might as well go. Like, let me just start throwing shit out there.
You're becoming like the Little Wayne of sketches. You're just putting them out every day.
Hey man, hopefully it gets one hit. Just need one hit.
All you need is one, and then it shows the catalog. Then people go
back.
I got it.
For deleting all this stuff. I was like, oh, I just posted one. That's it. I was just.
What about you, Liliana? Other than being in love, how are you keeping sane during all of this?
A lot of pot, a lot of weed. It's super hot here in Las Vegas, and just staying inside, indoors. A lot of connecting, sexual, a lot of learning about each other, and I'm really enjoying it. I mean, I know it's taken a lot of lives, and maybe 2020 is like the worst thing that could happen to a lot of people, but I'm really enjoying 2020.
Okay.
I am.
Is this a new relationship?
It is a new relationship. It's like going for 8 months now.
Oh, nice.
That was pretty new.
That's why
we survived this quarantine together. I think we're going to be just fine.
Yes.
It's true.
Now you got the next test is vacation. You got to go on vacation.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You know, but this quarantine is really, this is the you.
It doesn't even work. Then
you're setting a very high benchmark. You know.
Yes.
Now, when you say vacation, do you mean vacation together? Because they've already done the whole time together, or they go in separate ways?
Yes, but it's like it's in a controlled environment. We need people that don't speak the same language, restaurants. We need that in their life. Liliana needs to experience that with her significant other and see how they all, do they become a team or do they fall apart?
Right. We got
a Netflix dating show.
Yes. Traveling.
Well, let's talk about this. The 4th of July weekend just passed. I don't know if you guys had any plans or what you did, because I feel like this whole lockdown is making people sort of shift and try to keep some kind of normalcy with the celebrations, but also it's kind of dampening stuff, you know? Like, did anybody do anything or try to do anything?
No, it's pretty much, again, I think it's actually, this quarantine is showing that a lot of the stuff that we do is kind of like, you don't need to do it. You know? Like, really? Like, there's a lot of stuff that you're like, well, I was just doing that because everybody was doing it, but it really doesn't change at all. I mean, yeah, it would have been nice to go out and to the beach or something, you know, do stuff, but yeah, no, I didn't do anything. I was just here. I ordered barbecue. That's what I did.
Very American of you.
Very American. Yeah, very, very Southern barbecue. Oh, she left.
Oh, we lost her. She's out on 4th of July. She's like, forget it.
She didn't like to talk about She left the kettle plugged in backstage.
What about you? What'd you do for 4th of July?
4th of July, just chilled at home. This is my first time experiencing. I don't know if you guys have seen it before. The homie Alfred Robles is watching. What's up, Alfred? Hey, look at my shirt, Alfred.
What do you guys see? Oh, there it is.
I got that cholo fit, son.
You got the creeper.
Yes. So this year didn't do anything, but this was the first year that I experienced that whole where like every night people were shooting fireworks all the way up to the 4th of July. And like at random, like at midnight, sometimes they were just going off around my house. So no, didn't do anything. Didn't go anywhere. That's it.
By the way, I don't know if you guys are on. Do you guys know Next Door Neighbor, the app?
Yes.
Oh,
there's an app called Next Door Neighbor. So you can download it. You put in your address, and it'll pretty much. It's almost like a live chat of what's happening around you in the neighborhood. So it's like, dog. Hey, anybody know of a hardware store? This is how I know I live in a white neighborhood. Every day leading up to 4th of July, was that a gunshot or fireworks? I'm like, it's fireworks, man. Relax.
Yeah.
It's Burbank.
I use another one called Citizen. That's the same thing. It's like, but it's like I don't like looking at it too much because then you become one of those like crazy Alfred chick. You know, you're just checking everything. It's like, what's happening over there? You know, it's like every little thing tells you what happens. And like, I like not knowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to know that somebody got stabbed. You know, unless it's somebody that I know.
Wait, well, hold on. Now I'm questioning your neighborhood. Why are people getting stabbed?
I mean, it just pops. I mean, it's a big radius. It's a big radius.
With the neighborhood a while back, I think about a year and a half ago, there was a murder here in my neighborhood, and I'm not going to tell you where I live, but it's very, very low crime in my neighborhood. Very in my city, part of the city, very low crime. And we were like, what happened? And that was it. Oh, there was a murder. And then I went on the neighborhood app, and all the neighbors next to the house where it happened basically gave all the information on everything. Before it came out in the news, I already knew the whole deal. No, it was actually a drug deal that went bad. Someone came to collect, blah, blah, blah. It was pretty informative.
Wait, I thought you said it was a low crime neighborhood. There's a drug deal and there's a murder. That's
but they came to his house. You never deal out of your own house.
Okay.
This is where the guy lived. This was like his home. It was a really nice house, you know.
No, my next door neighbor app has been the gunshots, fireworks. Hey, somebody lost their glasses on this corner. We're gonna leave them right here. So if you find them, they're there.
Oh, that's nice.
The last one that made me laugh, and I sent it to Ida because I just got that joke about her neighbor with the lost cat. This lady posted that her cat ran away, but she was like, by the way, my cat is deaf and blind. And I was like, what?
Wow. Like,
how bad did this cat want to get away?
Maybe the cat's running away from the person.
Yeah, he's got no senses. He's like, I'm out.
She
How
made
about
me
you,
deaf and blind.
Liliana, what did you do for the 4th of July?
For the first time in 9 years, I was able to no work at all. I was working my whole, for the past 9 years for this family. And for the first time I was off and really, really got to enjoy it. And it was nice. It's nice not to work. I did have a day job, but no more.
Wow.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, now
I don't know why. I'm just on cloud 9 right now, guys.
Wow, yeah, you're enjoying. You're like, I don't have to work. I'm in love. Who gives a shit of the world? You're just watching the world end, but you're like just happy about it.
Yeah, money.
Most comics we have on here have like a little hint of defeat, and she's just like, "This is 2020 is amazing, guys.
Yeah, this is my best year ever."
I love it. No, 2018 really kicked my butt. So 2018 was the worst year of my life with my mother's death, and I got divorced. So it was really bad. So 2020, I'm grateful. I'm very grateful.
By the way, you talked about that on stage on the show I booked you on, and it was so funny to me because I look at Liliana and I'm like, oh, she's like 19, 20, and she's like, I got a divorce. This happened to me. I'm like, how? What? When did this happen?
I was like so impressed because when I first looked at you, appearances, it's like it's very young comic up on stage, and then you just started dropping life jewels, and I was just like, okay, this is fantastic. Now, not that what you went through was fantastic, but it's good to see you come out the other side.
It's made me a better person. Absolutely, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, let's get into it. Things every time with 2020 things, you think we've hit the peak of how crazy it can get. It gets crazier. So let's start with this new story right here. Kanye is running for office.
Well, as soon as I saw that, I was like, he's dropping an album called President or 2020 Vision or something. That's the first thing that I thought. I was like, he ain't running for president. Like, there's no way. But if he is, I would vote for him more than Trump for sure. I mean, at least
Biden.
At least he'll give us, some Yeezys or something, or fucking clothes or some sweatpants to fucking for the rallies. So everybody has brown sweatpants. I don't know.
What do you think, Liliana?
Is this Kanye?
Yeah.
He just did a collab with. He just signed a contract with The Gap. Did you guys know that?
Yeah, I saw that.
With The Gap, buy your stock. He signed up for 10 years. I don't know. I think I don't know. Kanye, Trump. They're gonna hate me for this, but I would go for Trump.
What? Really?
But without the racism, I don't know if that's even possible.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's a tough one.
By the way, Liliana, Joe Biden's also an option. Kanye or Trump?
Not a fan. Not a fan. Not a fan of anybody, actually. And I actually feel bad for saying Trump, but no, I don't know. None of those three.
Oh, what are you thinking?
That's bad. Silence. Sorry, guys.
No, you're good.
You're good. What do I think? I think, okay, if you guys can ride with me for a minute, because this is the only way I can explain stuff that's happening. You know, one of the things I do, because I used to, I really enjoyed his music as he was dropping it. One of the things I do know about Kanye is that Kanye resides under the zodiac sign of Gemini.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just ride with me and indulge in this for a second. One of the things about Geminis that I personally know, being a Gemini, is that if you don't have someone to check you, you know, either that you self-check yourself constantly, or you have someone like myself. I have my wife that checks me. You start developing a God complex, and I think our friend Kanye West has not been checked in a long time. You know? And you could tell, you know, you see the God complex. Once you start throwing the word "I'm a genius" around,
yeah,
you're officially you haven't been checked in a while. And there's another gentleman who's at the White House right now under the title of President of the United States, who's also a Gemini.
Yeah.
He's
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's Gemini too?
Yeah, he's a Gemini. Yeah. So you gotta be careful with these Geminis, man. You know the great Geminis, the quiet ones, the Prince, the Andre 3000, you know, Tupac. Let's be honest.
Right.
He was out there. Biggie, a little bit more chill with it. You know what I'm saying? And I could go on and on. Lauryn Hill, every time they let her speak too much, she got out of control. You get me?
He wasn't
you gotta watch out.
So my hero, Kanye is an idiot and Trump is moral. We're all doomed. Now
we're not all doomed.
Here's an interesting comment because I remember when Trump got elected, people lost their minds that Melania had posed naked.
Mm-hmm.
Kim Kardashian, when you delve into that, there's a whole tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's but then people are gonna be like, but she's perfect. She's like they do to Melania. Kind of like my thing is like, yeah, I wonder like if what's she gonna work on, what's gonna be her platform, you know, like every first lady has a thing that they like. Melania was bullying, which she's not doing a great job at it because Trump is the biggest bully there.
The biggest bully.
What's Kardashian's gonna be? What's her platform gonna be? Just
This is just Kanye being Kanye, you know, and people keep on celebrating him, and you know, you got like grown men that are like on TikTok are celebrating Kanye.
If you're a grown man in TikTok, that's already a red flag.
Yeah,
you know that to me.
Liliana, what is your point? What is your take on a grown man, someone in their 40s, being on TikTok? How do you feel about that?
Just a grown man in their 40s shouldn't. I don't know. Shouldn't the word TikTok in a 40-year-old man doesn't really go.
Okay, just checking. We can leave it there. We don't need to get too deep.
It doesn't bother me, but it's.
Suspect. Would you say the word suspect? Would you use the word suspect?
Hold on. Don't answer that, Liliana. She's still trying to get booked on the show. He's throwing veiled jabs at everyone who's on TikTok. You're not ruining this poor girl's chances. So here's the other important question: who's Kanye West gonna pick as his VP running mate?
Oh, he already did.
He did.
Yeah, it was.
He picked. There's a whole Forbes article. I tell everybody to go read because his special way of thinking couldn't even be hidden.
Mm-hmm.
It still spills out. He resembles someone that's already in office already.
Yeah. So wait. So who's he picking?
I forgot her name. It is a woman, and she's a preacher. She might be from Chicago.
That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, to me, I think it's just gonna put out a new album, and this is all just, hey, let me put something crazy on Twitter so people talk about me, and then they'll buy my album. I mean, that's straight PR 101. I do that all the time. But nobody just retweets anything I put. I put, I'm gonna be president. Nobody to see if somebody would buy my album, and nothing happened.
Yeah. Oh, look at Edwin. Edwin Licona is on the chat, and he says he has 10,000 followers on TikTok as a grown man in his 40s on TikTok.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Wow, that's is that suspect, Orlando?
I don't know. It might be.
George Lopez is on TikTok.
Oh, he is?
I don't know. That might be too.
All right, we're gonna keep moving before Orlando keeps going in on Edwin. There's people trying to work out during the quarantine and trying to stay fit. This woman right here has run a marathon a day for 3 days and counting.
A day?
A day. So she's running 26 miles a day.
Wow.
She demolished the previous Guinness World Record for consecutive days running a marathon, which stood at 60 days.
Jeez.
Well, there's some people finding ways to do it. Like there was another guy, he didn't do it a day, but he ran a marathon because he had signed up for one and the shutdown happened. He ran it in his backyard. He just kept going back and forth the length of 26 miles.
He was in his backyard?
In his backyard. He went live and he ran and some people watched him for 5 hours just running a circle in his backyard.
Nice.
Like, wow. Dogs were watching going like, this guy.
Did he have a big backyard?
Not like a super big, like it didn't expand, but he kept, he put a tracker on and he ran the marathon. And this woman ran one and she's been running one every day for 4 months.
Wow. She must be addicted, don't you think? Doesn't running release some type of, you exercise, Erik?
I run in the mornings, but there's something I'm tried to do it. I couldn't imagine running 26 miles every day. Like there's some days I'll do like 2 miles. I'm like, I'm done. My legs are tired. 26 miles a day.
Also, like, what does she do? Like, what is she doing after? Like, because to recover, it's like, does she have any kids? Like, the kids are going hungry. Because she's like, Mom, running 26 miles and then she's got to sleep for the whole day. How's she gonna cook my dinner?
Yeah. I love now Francisco's thinking about the kids. I love it.
That's a lot.
I mean, or somebody. I mean, she's married.
I gotta run in the mornings before the kids get up because I have to be here for, hey, we need this, we need that. Boom, boom, boom. The 26 miles, that you're committing. I don't know how fast she's running, but you're committing anywhere from 3 to 6 hours, depending on where you fall on that Kenyan scale. Like, what about you, Orlando? Are you doing any workouts or anything? Trying to stay?
I do 10,000 steps. I have one of these
counter.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I got so far today, I got 6,496.
You almost there?
I'm almost there, dude. I'm almost there. In the morning, I go out and I look at the trees and stuff. So that puts on like 4,000 steps.
Uh-huh.
And then I come back home. Huh?
Like just looking at the
trees.
Yeah, as I walk by.
You don't move, or you just look at them?
No, I move.
Oh, okay.
But I don't run. I don't have wings for that.
Oh yeah, no, I don't run either. I just walk too. I do the old man. I feel like I'm like an old man retired in Florida.
You know what I don't do? I don't walk and like go live on my Instagram and motivate.
You know what Erik does?
Oh yeah.
Orlando's coming. Don't let Orlando fool you with his calm. Oh, golden doodles. I look at trees. He's coming hard today.
Well, actually, I think that's the best time to do it. I mean, you're by yourself walking, and in case somebody, in case some of his next door neighbors wants to, shot somebody or something, he's got it live. He's ready to go just in case.
But what about Francisco? What about just connecting with your environment and your neighborhood? You get me? Your neighbor comes out, they might say, "Hello, Erik," but you're not. You can't connect with them because you're too busy telling people to forgive themselves if they drop the ball, pick it back up, and move on.
Well, first of all, Orlando, I've connected with the neighborhood on my morning run. Second, by the time I'm walking back, there's no one out. It's still early in the morning. I've done more in that morning than my
You're
neighbor.
contradicting yourself. You just said you connected with the neighborhood, and now you're saying there's no one out there.
No, I connected with the birds, the trees. I'm looking at the trees while I'm running.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Not according to how long you're going live.
No, well, no, because if you look at, I run first, and then I'm talking to people after my run. If you look at my morning walk, it always starts with, I just finished this run.
All right. Yeah, that's true. I do see it, and he's always sweating, unless he's like doing this whole fake stuff where he's putting water, pretending, which is a little, that's a little suspect.
No, well, yeah, he does. Whatever. At least he's not on TikTok.
What time do you wake up, Erik, to do that?
I usually get up anywhere from, I used to get up at 6. Now it's like 6:30 because the kids are sleeping later. So about 6:30, I get going, and then I'm back at like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then they get up at like 8:30. So I get a nice little half hour of just peace and quiet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Liliana, are you doing anything to
other than being in love and just...
Yeah, it's easier to wake up early when you have kids.
We don't have kids.
No,
what time are you waking up?
I'm not working out. I'm waking up about 11.
Wow.
11's a good time, and then it's so hot, but I only go on walks when we have an argument just to cool off, and then come right back. That's the only walking I do.
Arguments? I thought it was...
Get into argument. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to come back.
See, that's the picture I want to see on Instagram, because they're too perfect, Orlando. That's what it is. They're just...
So you do have arguments. It's not 100% perfect. It's a normal relationship.
No, it's normal. We have arguments. We're learning about each other, and I'm not walking too much, but I do go maybe 3 times a week for walks.
Hopefully you don't do a marathon, because then we know what kind of argument you had.
Yeah, not for 26 miles. I can't even run a mile without stopping. I'm so out of shape. Yeah. Next time we have an argument, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna tag you guys and see.
Nice.
Yeah. And I bet you even then they're still gonna look all picturesque, like, look at us, we're angry. Like, these can't stand it. Well, actually, so you said you met her in Vegas, then you moved out there. How did you meet her?
At a comedy show at the Strat at the LA Comedy Club.
Mm-hmm.
I was there, and I was like, damn, who's that? And she walked in. So I was like, the brunette, color eyes, tattoos. I was like, okay, please stay for my show. Please stay for my show. And she did. And I went up and did my thing. And then when I got off stage, the bartender comes up to me. He's like, come here. Somebody wants to meet you. And it happened to be her. And that was November 17th of last year. And we have not been inseparable. We have not been without each other for more than 3 days. After that, it was like traveling back and forth from LA until I finally quit my job. And decided to commit to comedy 100%. And then COVID happened.
Wow.
Yeah, guys, there's a good comedy scene in Vegas. Like, I know a bunch of comics who've moved out there, and there's enough clubs where you could work consistently. And then LA is just a 30-minute plane ride.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. That's what the plan was, but can't do it right now.
That's good. So you want...
It's crazy because I didn't know. Yeah.
Oh, no. So like... Oh, so you did your set, and then like that never has happened to me, where I did a set and a girl comes after me, like, never. So you did it with one, like, which was even more powerful. Like, you saw her, you're like, this is the one. Did your set, and then she came after. I done that, and no, I was asked the bartender, anybody? They're like, no, here's your check. Get the fuck out of here.
Anybody?
What about you?
Before I had my girlfriend.
Yeah, and the crazy thing, I was on a date. I was on a date that day. I brought somebody from LA, and after I met Ashley, my girlfriend now, I was like, okay, can you come back tomorrow? Because I'm on a date today.
Oh, wow.
And she did. She came back the next day.
Oh,
what? I don't think that would have ever happened. Listen, I think you're great. I'm on a date right now. Can you come back?
But what happened to the other girl? The date.
I dumped her.
Yeah,
I was so tired of her because she stayed with me for a couple of days, and I couldn't wait for her to leave. I hope she's
and you know
not
what she's
locked up.
doing?
But
you know
yeah,
what she's doing now? Running 26 miles.
Yeah, I couldn't wait to get rid of her.
She's running a marathon a day to forget Liliana. Just
that's her running 26 miles a day.
See, it all comes back full circle. There's always a reason for something.
Orlando, I've never really asked you. You met your wife at a comedy club, or because how'd that happen?
No, me and my wife worked in a recording studio for advertising. So they did what would be the equivalent of voiceovers and jingles, if you want to, because they don't call it jingles anymore. I don't know what they call it. And then I used to work in a studio in the same building, just like booking the studio and keeping track of the paperwork. And we met. The door was open to her studio, and I walked by, and I was going to lunch, and I said, "You hungry?" And she said, "Yeah." And I said, "You want food? I'll bring you back food." And she was like, "All right." And then that was it. And then we were together, and then I started. We were.
What kind of
I want to say we were already like, I don't know, maybe 5 years in, 6 years in, 7 years in. No, 6 years in to our relationship when I started stand-up. So I started stand-up. And I've never had the whole, "Oh, I really liked your set. You're nice." Not because I purposely on stage, I like, I do my material, which is what I know, which is being married and being so. Hopefully everybody sees the love that I have for my wife. So, I've never gotten approached after a show. But it sounds to me like Liliana was sending those vibes. Like she saw her, zeroed in on her, and then that 528 hertz vibration, which is the vibration of love, just started shooting towards Ashley. You get me?
Well, I think her first joke was like, "So I'm going to dump this date I'm on."
And she was like, cause I'm not really feeling her. My type, you know what I mean? It's maybe, tattoos, brunette, you know what I mean? That's what I'm feeling. That's what gets me going now.
Sitting in the front row.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. My wife didn't see me do stand-up for like the first 6 months.
That was
it.
6 months?
Yeah. So she actually came to a show in New York. And I brought her, and I was like, yeah. Like, she's like, "Do I have to make reservations?" I'm like, no, because my wife's very like, "Oh, I need an agenda, an itinerary. I'm gonna make reservations." I'm like, no, you're gonna walk in with me, and dude, I'm so happy. We walk in, and I was like, "Oh, she's with me." And they're like, "Oh, we sold out. There's nowhere to." I was like, "She can't even stand in the back." They're like, "Nah, dude." I went and bombed so hard, like. So hard, like,
but because you couldn't get your wife in?
No, it was none of that. It was just like the host went up and he started real weird. Like he went up, I won't forget it because he went up, he started talking, and he's like, the microphone just cut me. Yo, hold on, I gotta go get a Band-Aid. He left stage. The audience is like, "What's happening?" He comes back, he goes, "All right, I got the Band-Aid on." And he just wouldn't let, like, he's like, "I'm just gonna bring up the first comic." Brings me on,
no.
Just bombing. So the club was set up where the showroom was downstairs. My wife was upstairs at the bar. She couldn't hear anything happening downstairs.
Oh, that's great.
So bomb. Like I'm on stage going, "Oh my God, thank God she did not come into this show." I come upstairs and she's like, "How'd it go?" I was like, "Oh, it's good. We gotta go. Let's go." You don't want to stay in and say hi to everybody? No.
We come to the back. It doesn't matter. Just come on, get in. Go.
Yeah, let's just go. So 6 months later, then she finally came to a show because she was nervous too. She was like, "I was nervous I was gonna come see you, not like your humor, because I didn't know." I was getting to know you as a person, and she was like, "I don't know if you as a person is different from you on stage, almost like a Andrew Dice Clay, where it's like a character or something." Like, I didn't know. So I was like, "Whew, thank goodness."
Luckily, you didn't date in the 80s.
Yeah.
Everybody would have a character like, "Hey, whoa!" like, what?
Yeah. What about you? How'd you meet your girl, Francisco?
Acting class.
Oh.
We were it what's funny is like we were in the class. It was a big class, so like I actually didn't even know she was there or talk to her until like basically months passed, because I went through we had to do scenes with different people, so like I basically went through every girl in the class, and she was like the last one. I was like, hey, you want to do a scene? So then we did it, and it was good. It was a good scene, and we did good. And then a week later, like the class shut down. The teacher couldn't do it anymore. So then then we started kind of like, she came to see me a show at the Laugh Factory, and then we started kind of like, going out. But what's funny is like we never, like if I never did a scene with her, I would have never met her at all. Like it was like and it just like the timing was perfect too, because also like the class didn't happen, which would have been weird for me. And I don't know, it's always weird to have acting class together with your girlfriend or wife. I don't know. I've never done it, so like I was like, I don't know if I want to. It's too much. Like if I live with you, now we gotta. I mean, if I'm, we're arguing already at home. Now we have to argue in class too. It's like, come on.
By the way, I love how you guys told the story and how Liliana told her story. Her story was like, "Oh, don't leave. Oh, I'm gonna meet somebody." Orlando's like, "Yo, you want food? Yo, you want to do this scene?"
Wow. Yeah, the thing is like, well, guys, is like, I mean, I know my girlfriend has like a 3-hour story on how we met. It's like a whole like lifetime movie. I give you the TikTok version. We just did acting class.
Did any of you guys? My girl said if I wouldn't have been funny, it would have been I wouldn't have been attracted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's like, I'm glad you were kind of funny, because otherwise it wouldn't have worked out. It would have been a turnoff for her.
I think
she's honest.
I think you have to be somewhat funny, especially if you're going around saying, "Oh, I'm a comedian." Like, and somebody comes sees you and you're not funny. It's like, are you? What are you?
Yeah, I mean, I think, I don't know. My girlfriend never told me that, but when you do good, it kind of shows you that you're good at that. I mean, it's kind of like, it is kind of like, oh, you're a comedian. Well, that's why I never told when I first started. That's the thing. When I first started doing comedy, I never, or not even that. I just know which shows to invite people. That's in LA. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not going to invite somebody at the Comedy Store at 12:30 at night on a Wednesday to come see me. I'm like, that's because you don't know what the hell's going to happen. So like, but it was at the Laugh Factory, like a good show that it was packed. I was like, those are the ones that. So, but I don't know. My girlfriend ever. But I think, if somebody was not good, I'd be like,
yeah.
Good try.
I don't know what happened with Orlando, because he was like, maybe the sandwich had to be good. If the sandwich was good.
The best.
No, but she is honestly, because my wife is really attractive. Like, she's definitely, I'm not just saying that for brownie points and whatnot, but she's definitely out of my league. So I know that. I believe that, like, what I just tricked her and sprinkled the comedy dust on her, because I was always
comedy. I don't know if you sprinkle something else.
Yeah. After the whole Cosby thing, you can't be saying
you don't want to be sprinkling.
Can't say comedy and sprinkle dust. No,
not dust, not sprinkle. Just don't.
So I guess my sense of humor is like, I feel like she's told me to. If I wasn't funny, I probably wouldn't. And I laugh at her jokes too, because she's funny too. So it's like,
it was good that she took, because it's tough. It happened to me because I had an ex-girlfriend that I was with when I started doing comedy, and she didn't get like, well, it's like, well, you're going to do a show, you're not getting paid. You're driving an hour, you're not getting paid. Which I'm glad that she didn't work out with her, because she was crazy. But to me, it's like, it was great that your wife, like, because you said you started after,
I started. Yeah, we were married. We had the house, front yard, backyard, dogs. We have no kids. And then something like what Liliana just recently did. Once I decided to jump in, like, on the deep end of comedy, was, let me move to LA. We made that decision together, and I went, and I was a satellite engineer for CBS News, and I cashed in my 401k and moved to Los Angeles.
Nice.
Like that. So and she was supportive all the way. We did 2.5 years long distance where I would travel from LA to Miami and back.
Wow.
Yeah, yep.
Well, see, that's why that your counterpart has to believe you're funny, because they have to buy into the dream. Yeah. You don't want somebody going, we're gonna move to LA and listen.
Yeah. And I also want to add that my wife, you know, she was a singer. She used to sing. She still does. I say was, but meaning now she does it in the studio. Before, she was like backgrounds. If she needed to do lead vocals on some, she would perform on stage. Calle Ocho, I remember her performing at Calle Ocho, which is one of the biggest, most ratchet festivals in Miami, Florida. And she handled her own. I remember seeing her at Calle Ocho and being just at awe, like, how are you controlling all these people like this? And this is before I even started doing stand-up. You know, this is before. And so the music and stand-up comedy, they kind of both speak the same language. It's the same energy, you know.
So she understands that the concept of being creative, which is good, you know.
Yeah. But like painters, I think like painters and chefs and other art forms don't really get it as much as someone who's in the music industry, because we have to go in front of people. You know, we don't just sit in the garage and, you know, just and just start painting or
you want to paint from Mr. Miyagi? What was that?
Yes, that was very good. I have my Afro pick.
Well, it doesn't look as you know, we went back to phase 1 here in LA, so it doesn't look like stand-up coming back anytime soon.
Yes. We have a great question from Claudia P. Torres. I don't know if you see it. Oh, there it is.
If quarantine ended tomorrow, what would be the first thing you guys would want to do? I'd get back up on stage.
Literally, like, go try to bomb. I mean, I actually would just like, I haven't done stand-up for so long in front of a live audience that I wouldn't mind bombing.
Yeah.
To be able to do it in front of an audience. You know?
I feel like the first minute is just going to be me, like, just taking it all in, like, wow, we're here.
And I would definitely want to go on stage. And I'm curious about all of us stand-up comedians. Like, would we have the same material? All of us trying to talk about COVID and Black Lives Matter. Like, what would be the original thing to, like? It's just, I'm just curious to see everybody's material, everybody's stand-up.
Yeah.
I think it's
kind of like I'm torn between two things. I would, even though Erik can relate to this also, well, most of people can relate to this. I don't see my mother enough, but I kind of would. The first thing I kind of want to do would be to get on an airplane. Like Corona just does, like COVID is gone, and we can, in hypothetically speaking, everything's cleared up. It would be fly and just like have a good meal with my mom and my in-laws and see my goddaughter and my brother and like really connect, kind of like, you know.
Yeah.
And then going on stage, I would probably purposely want to go last. I would want to go last just to see where everybody's at, and it's like, okay, and it's like, or are we all gonna do these jokes? Let's do them, you know?
Right.
Yeah. But I would be excited. I wouldn't stop smiling, dude.
It's also like, because the question is like if quarantine is over, but to me it's like if they say I mean, it has to be where, all right, there's no risk, because that's another thing too. Like, yeah, I would be weird right now. It's like, yeah, go do it tomorrow. I'm like, because that's another thing too. I don't know. Some comics that perform right now in Arizona or Texas, I still wouldn't be comfortable even doing a good job, because I'd be like freaked out that somebody laughed too hard or coughed. I'm like, what the fuck, you know? So,
well, I just have
for me, it's like, and from a personal point, the immune system, I can't take those risks. I can't take the risk of.
Like, I got a friend. He actually just did shows this weekend at La Jolla, Mal Hall.
Oh yeah, how'd it go?
He said it was interesting. It was, there was a weird vibe at the club. Everything is different. This is like a whole new thing for the audience, for himself. But I was supposed to do those shows with him, and I said no. It was one of those things. I got kids.
Yeah.
My wife, it's not just me. If it's just me, I'm more apt to take that risk. But because I have other people depending on me, I didn't feel comfortable enough to go.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna check temperatures at the door, but then you hear these reports that like some symptoms don't even show up.
Yeah.
So this means nothing. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's the most important thing. That was the most beautiful thing you said all day, bro. You're not a doctor.
I'm not. You know what? I like that it started off positive with you, Orlando, and then it felt negative at the end. It had a little negative.
Because there's a lot of people who are making these decisions for us that are not doctors.
Oh yeah.
That's true. I mean, I think the only show that I would do right now live, it was like if everybody takes a test, like instead of the temperature, it's test.
If that Q-tip, that looks painful.
Well, that's your 2-drink minimum right there.
Yeah, has anybody taken a test? My girlfriend took it. She was so upset. It was the most painful thing she's
Was it the one that goes in the thing?
In the nose? Yeah, she was so mad. It was so amazing.
Was it in an office or like in a car? Because I know they do it like outside. I don't know.
No, she went to a clinic.
Okay.
Yeah, because Vegas started opening again, and then she's a bartender, so they had to go test before, and she went, and then she didn't. She was so upset.
Oh, really?
Did she have to get tested before every shift, or every week, or just one time?
Just one time, right before her bar opened. She went to go get tested.
But I know there were newer tests now where it was easy, like more like either a blood thin or no, or
they did the whole thing in there. I know they're doing like swabs and all that, but I don't know if those tests are even. You hear so much stuff on the news, you don't know if it's real or not. Or supposedly this clinic, I was reading this clinic, or it was on TV. They sent like tests that weren't even tested for, and they came back positive, just like new tests. So you can't believe everything that's going out there saying. It's so weird. I never thought that we would be living this right now in my lifetime. Like it's just it's so bizarre. I still can't wrap my head around it. It's so weird.
Yeah, so it looks like we're gonna be home for a little bit longer. Orlando, you joining TikTok, man?
I am on TikTok.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, but I don't use it. I just have my name parked, so I don't have no one else claim it and start acting like me on TikTok.
Nice.
Well, now
the good thing about Edwin Licona, and I mess with him a lot because he's a grown man on TikTok, is that he's done this beautiful thing where he's grabbed all our audios from the internet specials. Good. He's put them on TikTok, and then people do voiceovers with our voices. I guess that's cool. Reenact, and that's really cool.
He's posting our clips. He's giving us shine. It's not like he's out there taking selfies and just and doing the dances. If he was doing the dances,
those TikToks, like the good ones, like it takes like, I mean, I don't know, like 3 hours to do a 3-second wipe thing. Who's got time for that unless you're in high school? I mean, Eric's got to do his walk-in in the morning. He doesn't have time.
He's there.
I'm on Instagram. I ain't got time for TikTok.
I would be more than happy to just do this every Wednesday and not have anything else.
Yeah.
I would be more than happy.
Before we go, we'll take a look at this last clip. How far is too far for social media? This girl right here was trying to get the ultimate selfie.
Aici prostituția asta. Ai văzut? Ai văzut, dacă nu se mai duce. Du-te, bă, mașină, bă.
I kind of wish the bear would have caught her just a little bit. Not like Mulder, but just a little.
You know, Edwin Licona's told me, bro, it's hard to get those followers on TikTok, bro. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, over the weekend, I think someone, some people passed away. I'll let Francisco tell people.
I think I was going to say that when I saw that, I just read or something that, a lot of people die on the Grand Canyon. Yeah. They just go there and which is I always go like that's why I always say humans have not advanced, technology has. But humans is the same. Like why would you risk your life to put one TikTok and then it's kind of, or go close to a bear just to get, it's kind of like, but humans were like, gotta do the TikTok, it's like, so we just see more of like what happens, but it's the same thing. Back in Roman times, there were a lot of Romans going, let me take a TikTok here. And then they got killed by the lions in the gladiator thing.
I don't think that's official history, but I'm gonna.
No, it's official. It's completely
official. They used to travel with their own painters, and they would be like, "Yo, I'm standing in front of this line. Get this sketch real quick."
It was hieroglyphs for the Egyptians. Yes. That was dumb. I'm sorry. What a dumb girl.
But it exists. So the main thing that we need to understand is that like Francisco said, technology advanced, we didn't, and that's why you have to put out a statement that says, "Hey, people, don't drink bleach to cure corona."
That's funny. Well,
I wish the bear would have been there just to hear her mom respond, "Quien te manda?"
That's so funny. That's like, because it's always the mom is like everything. Well, I think with every Latin mom, doesn't matter what happens to what you do, it's always your fault. Even if you get robbed, like, well, you shouldn't be walking. I was walking in the middle. Well, that's your fault. Yeah. You shouldn't be. You're walking with too much confidence. What?
Yeah. Like, my mom. I used to love when my mom would tell me, if you fall down or if you get hit by a car, I'm gonna hit you. Like, hold on, just got hurt. I'm gonna hit you. Learn your lesson. Before we get out of here, we'll start with Liliana. Liliana, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at comedian Liliana Cervantes. And thank you guys for inviting me. This was fun. This was very refreshing. I needed this.
Yeah, well, I'm glad
it feels good, huh? So it feels good. I know.
It feels really good. Yeah.
I know. I feel recharged every time I do one of these.
So go follow her. Francisco, where can people find you?
Well, you can follow me at F Ramos Comedy on Instagram, Francisco Ramos on Twitter, and F Ramos Comedy on TikTok. I am on TikTok because I did the same thing but I have, let me look, when the quarantine started, I did put some TikToks there, but then I stopped doing it because I was like,
but it's all right. You're not 40. You're still a young man.
You're
still a young man.
Not yet, but
But make sure you go see him on Netflix's Gentefied. He plays one of the cooks. Did a great job on it. Like I love watching the show because I got to see a bunch of people I knew. Like, oh, there it is, there it is. And it was cool to see that kind of representation.
I only knew Francisco.
I got a respect for cooks because I learned a lot of stuff, like just even how to cut. Because I would do it, and it was very like when they're like, no, you gotta cut like you're doing it quick, and so it's like. The respect.
Do you know? It's so wonderful that you said that because you just lifted the veil on why I want to be an actor. It isn't really for the art form, but to get all the free lessons.
Yes.
I want to do movies where I get to fly a plane. I get to fly a helicopter.
Right.
I want to do all that stuff.
So it's free classes. You get free.
Get one where I'm a superhero, so I got to be in real great shape, and then they get me a trainer and a.
Oh, like that. What's his name?
Kumail looks fantastic because they paid him for it.
Yeah, that's the way. That's true. It's like you get free lessons, free camp, summer camp lessons basically every time you do a class.
What about you, Orlando? Where can people find you?
They can find me at Hey Lando.
And make people catch his half-hour special, Adorable, streaming now on HBOMAX.
Yes.
You can catch me on everything at Erik Rivera Comedy, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Not TikTok, but I'll make my way
on TikTok. You should. You're actually the one that should be more on TikTok because you got kids.
Oh wow! Yeah. You don't at least have your handle. You should get on that.
I have the handle.
Oh, there you go. That's all that's important.
People want to know. You gonna be on season 2, Francisco? Gentefied?
I don't know. I mean, that's
yes, you are. Yes, you are. We're gonna will it.
I want. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I want to. There, that's. But you know how this industry is.
Yeah.
This.
I'm putting it out there. You're gonna go. I'm just putting it out there. Good.
You'll be on there.
Yeah,
Look,
Francisco's he's gonna come to cook at the taqueria.
Yes,
He's gonna come there.
Season 2, you're gonna have your own restaurant, Francisco.
There it is.
Jeez, it's gonna be. I love that you just jump into like I'm working I'm a cook in the kitchen. They're like, now you get a new restaurant. What happened?
A business owner.
Yep.
You can catch me in Orlando here every Wednesday at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I do ask you guys, because it's a free show, make sure you follow every comedian we have on here. Like Francisco, he's doing stuff on Instagram. Liliana, they're posting stuff. And the way you can support us is by sharing those posts, liking them, spreading the word, and helping get the word out on every comedian you see on. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys for being on. Stay safe out there, and don't be taking selfies with no bears, guys.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you guys.
With bears. Yeah.
All right, take care.
Peace.
Gracias.